The state of California has a deep affordability crisis. We're 1.5 million units short of affordable housing. That has huge spillover effect as to people's opportunities. We have a wide variety of needs, and unfortunately, we're not having the housing production we need to take care of all of our residents.
Trying to find an affordable home with my income is getting very difficult because every place I go to is like 2.5 years waiting list. You know, that's an awfully long time to wait for somewhere to stay where you can afford.
We're developing in San Leandro as an example, and we have 28,000 people on the wait list for 200 units. So it's really an incredible need for affordable housing in the state right now.
I sit on 3 of the state's 4 housing authorities. I chair the 2 state housing authorities that did the first rewrite of affordable housing regulations in over a decade. We've had, in the early months of this year, after last year's rewrites, increased by about 72% of affordable housing construction in California.
So the private market would build market rate housing, and the only way that we can entice private developers to make rents affordable is to provide some incentive to them. And the tax credits provide that incentive that get them to build affordable housing that otherwise would not exist.
The Tax Credit Allocation Committee and the Debt Limit Allocation Committee underwent a very rigorous process to update our regulations in 2015. The purpose was to cut the red tape and try to reduce costs of projects wherever possible, but also to try to boost the amount of tax credits that everyone could qualify for, to try to create sources.
This building is called Curtis Park Court. It's 91 units of affordable senior housing. It was financed in part with 9% federal low-income housing tax credits and the tax credit equity that associates with those tax credits. Housing is critical. Housing is health. If we do not provide housing for our seniors, their health will fail dramatically.
Finding this apartment as well kept as it is, I'm really enjoying that. And the safety factor and the closeness to the transportation. I feel really lucky that we got our apartments here.
Low-income housing tax credits and tax-exempt bonds awarded through CDLAC were absolutely critical in the financing and the long-term affordability of Rivermark. It wouldn't be possible without those 2 sources, absolutely not possible.
In some of our more expensive markets in California, a family would have to earn $30 an hour in wages to be able to afford the normal average 2-bedroom apartment. That's a lot more than most people make, particularly folks who are in the service industry, some of our newer teachers. A lot of folks who really make our economy work just don't make those kinds of wages. Affordable housing provides an opportunity for them because we can make the rents affordable to people who are making minimum wages or $15 an hour, who aren't making that $30 an hour to pay for market rate housing.
When we found out about the Rivermark being affordable, we actually was kind of surprised because it was a nice facility, and we've been looking, and it was pretty tough to even find something affordable and nice like this facility here, but yeah, it was a blessing.
We can't deliver the amount of affordable housing that's needed without some significant investments in the existing programs through CDLAC and the Tax Credit Allocation Committee, and through other subsidies that make it possible to close the affordability gap.
Affordable housing, that is the lifeline to any one of us seniors. Being in this building has just opened a whole new world to me.
The changes, I think, have been a big benefit in terms of increasing production of affordable housing. And this year, for example, we are now running at twice the number of applications for our 4% tax credits as we were last year. So that means thousands of more units of affordable housing for low-income families in California at a time that we have a really drastic need for affordable housing.
Whether it's better use of tax credits, whether it's grant dollars, whether perhaps they look for a future bond allocation, we need more tools so that the financiers, the developers, those who actually construct are given that opportunity to do so.